What up, WuPig family? Welcome back to another episode. And you know we talking about these hogs. Today we talking about how many games will the Razorback football team win this year. We got a wide range of thoughts about this schedule, but we gonna talk about it. But before we get into it, you know what the business is. Monday and Friday at 8 a.m. I am your host, OD Oliver, and you know who I got in the building.
You got your boy G Holmes in the building, aka Big Sexy. Holla if you hear me.
And we also have to introduce, he's not on video today, but coming soon, another contributor who's been contributing in the background for weeks, but we're gonna bring him on so he can talk to us about these hogs. We're gonna introduce WuPigDZY. Say what's up to him, baby.
Yeah. What's good? What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy WuPigDZY, man. Here to represent, the young Black Razorback fan. I'm ready to get into it, man. This is gonna be a fun episode. I'm super excited to finally be a part of something so major, man. I'm a part of something with two super talented individuals. I'm super excited, man. I can't even hold it in.
Man, we appreciate you being a
That's
part
what's
of the
up,
team.
baby.
But I think he just called us old because he said I'm representing the young.
That's what he did, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
He
y'all like the
himself.
medium. Y'all like the medium.
We OGs, baby.
But man, hey, today we talking about, man, how many games these Arkansas Razorback football team gonna win. We've been stuck in the basement for a year. Then we got the guy Pittman came in, did his thing the first year. After that debacle we had with Chad Morris, he came in second year, did his thing. And last year though, we kind of fell back. But so we gonna talk about how many games the Hogs gonna win. That's what we talking about today, fellas.
We got to.
So, man, without further ado, man, let's jump right into it. We talked about this earlier. We got our predictions out there. So hey, let's go ahead and bring them predictions up, man. Arkansas schedule, man. We just gonna run through the schedule real quick. We got WCU. I don't even know who that is. I didn't even look it up. I just copied and pasted this.
Western
WCU, Western Carolina, Kent State, Brigham Young University, LSU, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, Mississippi State, Florida, Auburn, Florida Atlantic, and Mizzou. Man, so we gonna start it off with G Holmes. Hey,
Yeah, you know. Yeah, what?
hey, you got to explain yourself, baby.
Yo,
Run through
I
your
got.
picks. Every last one of them. What you got?
Oh, look here, man. I'm a Razorback fan, and say I'm doing this fanboy stuff, but I really do believe in my picks, and I'll run down the reasons why. I'm picking the Hogs to go 11-1. That's right, I said it, 11-1. Hey man, I got but look here, and this is why I say that. Okay, I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time on the first three. Okay, we got our first one, we're gonna beat them. I mean, come on, I ain't even talk about that. That's a win. Then we gonna double back with Kent State. We should beat them too. BYU, We pretty much blasted them in their house last year. Now they get to come up on the hill. We're gonna give them some more of that action. Okay, this is where we start getting into the meat of our schedule. We got LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the deal, though, bro. And this is gonna be a little caveat. We got to go to Death Valley, and it's haven't been decided on what time that game is gonna be. More than likely, if both of us are going to into this game 3-0, they're gonna give us a night game. You ever been to? I've been to a night game at Death Valley, and them Cajuns been drinking all day. It's crazy. But if you look at our schedule last year, what we did, we lost to them barely. We lost to them by 3 points. And that was just because our defense couldn't hold. We should have won that game. So I'm saying this year we're going to win that game. That's just what I'm saying. We're going to win that game. So then we go right after that, we're going to go, hey, man, but that's what I'm saying. But this year we gonna.
Okay.
This year we gonna
I'm
win.
gonna let him finish.
I'm gonna let him ride. I'm gonna let him grow.
Okay, so then the next game is Texas A&M. OD, that's one you hate the most.
Absolutely.
Tell me that we should have won that game last year, but poor execution, we got a loss. We lost that game by 2 points, right?
Right.
This year, neutral site, we should win this. I don't care who they got, coordinating for them. I don't care about that. Because everybody should have a chip on their shoulder behind this game. So for me, I'm riding with my boys. We're gonna take that. We beat Ole Miss last year. I hope we continue that trend because my brother-in-law, he's an Ole Miss alumni. We got a little something on the game every year, and I need to get that back. You know what I'm saying? So our first real test for me on this schedule is Bama. So I'm saying that we're gonna be 6-0 going into Tuscaloosa. That's never. I don't care what time of the day you play in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It's gonna be a problem. So I'm predicting that we lose that, and I'm saying it's still gonna be a close game because Bama just hasn't been the Bama of the past. So I'm predicting that as an L. Mississippi State last year, Mississippi State Wiley mopped us. And when I say Wiley mop, we got Wiley mop last year, bro. 40-17. I mean, it wasn't even close. I mean, it wasn't even close. But we had came off some tough losses from the A&M. Had came off that tough loss, and then we came off of it was just bad. So I'm thinking we need to up that one, and we need to win that football game. Our next one that I got is Florida. We don't play Florida that often. We don't play them really every year. But hey, Florida, they were pretty decent last year. I'm predicting a win. Then we got Auburn. We beat Auburn last year. KJ's supposed to be better this year. I say we beat them. Then we got that Florida International, whoever that is. That's Cupcake. We should have. That's the homecoming game. We should beat them. Then we got Mizzou. If you look at the box score from last year, we really won that game too, but we lost that game. And I'm predicting that we're gonna get all of our trophies back this year. That makes us 11-1. That's how I stand. I said what I said, and that's it. Suckers.
Hey man. Woo! Hey man, this a fanboy for you right there, man. Fanboy.
Sucker MCs. I don't care what y'all say.
we hear you, man. I ain't even gonna hold you right now. I'm gonna prove my point as I go down the list on my picks.
Run it.
So let's do it.
First 3 games, we winning them. I ain't even gonna talk about them. We gonna knock them out the box. We going 3-0 out the gate. LSU out the box. They rank top 10 this year. That's an L. We gonna lose in Baton Rouge. That's an L. Next game, Texas A&M. Man, I'm gonna keep it 100. We ain't beating Texas A&M this year.
Come on.
And I'm gonna tell you why. My favorite all-time coach in Arkansas Razorback history, Bobby Petrino, is the coordinator. Last year, we played Missouri State. Let me bring your graphic up that you wanted so bad. I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna use it against you. Missouri State at 6 p.m. on the hill had us struggling. We was struggling. We was losing to these bums because they was coached by Bobby Petrino. We was losing. We barely beat these boys, and they didn't even have no quarterback. That if that quarterback could have hit his receivers, we would have lost. Bobby Petrino had no quarterback. He might as well have been out there with a dude with a wheelchair because that dude was terrible. He couldn't throw. Bottom line, he couldn't throw, and that's the reason why we didn't lose the game, because we was losing. We was going to lose that game. They had us on the ropes. Man. And now he got better talent in Texas A&M. Bro, I don't see us beating Texas A&M. That's another L right there. That's another L. Then we got Ole Miss. At Ole Miss, I hope we continue to beat Ole Miss. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't think we gonna do it. I just don't. So I'm giving them another L right there.
So
Bama,
you don't even have no basis. You don't have a basis for that.
I'm just betting
You see
against
what I'm
them.
saying?
I don't need no basis. I'm just betting against the Hogs right now because I don't trust them. I'm gonna get to why I don't trust it right now. Ole Miss is an L. Bama, we ain't beat them in 17 years. It's an L. It's gonna continue. Mississippi State, hey, they lost their coach. And hey, I don't know if they're gonna be able to recover. So I'm giving Arkansas the dub just because I don't know who their coach is. They lost their coach. I don't know what the program got going on. Hey, it's a dub for the Razorbacks. Florida lost a quarterback to the draft, number 1, 4th overall pick in the NFL draft. He didn't even have better stats than KJ. I think he was like right there with KJ last year. I don't even understand how he got to number 4, but neither here nor there. Hey, they see something as in the NFL that most regular people don't see, like myself. So I don't think they have much talent in Florida right now. So I'm giving the Razorbacks the dub. Auburn, I'm giving them an L. Because who's the coach at Auburn right now?
Hugh Freeze.
Now let me bring your graphic. Let me bring your graphic back up. Let me bring it back up. Hugh Freeze was the coach of who last year? Liberty? Did he coach Liberty last year? They came into the hill at 3 p.m. in Fayetteville and beat us 21-19. So you mean to tell me he beat them with the Stuttgart Ricebirds? And he beat them with the Stuttgart Ricebirds. He beat them with the Stuttgart Ricebirds.
Not the Ricebirds, bro.
And now he got real talent. And you mean to tell me he gonna lose again? Nah, bro.
Hey,
that's
hey for y'all. For y'all that don't know what a Stuttgart Ricebird is, that's a mosquito.
Hey, they know. They from Arkansas. They watching this. They from Arkansas. They know what the Ricebird is.
Hey, I didn't know that.
Oh, you ain't know that? Yeah, that's a mosquito, bro.
They didn't pass that one down to my generation.
Florida Atlantic and Mizzou. Hey, that's a dub. I'm picking the Hogs to go 7-5. Your boy Sam Pittman is on the hot seat. 7-5.
Man.
Well, I mean, like I said, man, two of those, I guess, two of your picks, the L's we got have no basis, which is your A&M, because I ain't gonna call Bobby Petrino a good basis, and your other L, LSU, you just calling that one because you don't trust them, right. And then your Ole Miss, you don't trust them. So really, 3 out of those. So really, you still at 10. I mean, you
Oh
still at a
man.
10-win season.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna come back to what I want to say. I want DZ to get into his picks.
Let's get
Yeah.
Run them down,
what
DZ.
this
Who you got? What you got?
I've been sitting here, listening to y'all, man. I'm gonna bring you. I'm gonna bring it home. Okay. I think I'm a good little middle to the reality. You know what I'm saying? I'm the stat guy, so I'm gonna get a little deep with it. Let's
Okay.
just ride with me. Let's see. All
Okay.
right. So going into Western Carolina, Kent State, we're not gonna talk about them. I do look forward to the Western Carolina because it's in Little Rock. So shout out to that. I think that's actually the last. Is that the last War Memorial game in the country? Like it's coming up. If that's not the last one, so we need to look out for that. But first two easy dubs. BYU, another easy dub. That quarterback that played last year was the best player on their team, and we beat them good. And he ended up. I think he left. Definitely didn't make it to the NFL. Um, all right, let's get into SEC play. We going in the SEC 3-0. Obviously going into LSU. It's gonna be ugly, man. We going into Brian Kelly's second year at LSU. His first year at LSU was historical. It's crazy. I mean, that man coached Notre Dame up while we didn't know what he was gonna be coming into the SEC. He had that little weird thing where he had the fake accent. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was weird, but yeah, he ended up still having a crazy season after all of that at LSU, and then he got a top 10 recruiting class this year. It's gonna be crazy for us. So there's no way we win that. I'm sorry, not at LSU. It's I can't see it. But we do play LSU good, so I'll give us the benefit of that. But that's a loss. All right, going into Jimbo Fisher and Bobby, man. Oh man, this one gonna hurt to lose. This one gonna hurt real bad to lose, y'all. Like I don't think y'all understand. Like I think Bobby Petrino, he not gonna slow down. Like he gonna really give it to us. It's gonna that one might get ugly depending on how our DB is looking. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little scared. I ain't gonna care. But let's keep it moving. We still on the road, so that's one big thing that I think nobody really is paying attention to. We going to LSU. We in Texas A&M for that little weird neutral stadium, and then we going at Ole Miss at Alabama. That's a tough stretch. But I'll say this: I don't think Ole Miss got too much coming back this year. I don't hear nothing coming from Ole Miss. I try to keep up with just a little bit of the other SEC schools, and Ole Miss hasn't made no noise. So if they did surprise, it would have to be a surprise. So that's a W for the Hogs. I got us losing to LSU.
Preseason rank number 24. I just want to throw that out there.
Ole
they
Miss.
rank number
Yes.
what?
Preseason they rank number 24.
Oh,
I'm still not worried. I'm
Okay.
still not
All
worried.
right. I didn't see Arkansas on
Only
that list. I'm
because
just saying. I didn't see
yeah,
Arkansas on
hey
that
yeah,
man,
yeah,
list.
yeah.
But anyway,
we
continue
ain't
to
even.
cook. Continue to cook. We ain't gonna hold
Oh,
you.
Yeah. Only reason I'm saying that is because if you think about this stretch, LSU, A&M, Ole Miss. Best case scenario, let's say we do edge it out against A&M. That momentum is gonna carry us through Ole Miss. So I'm not worried about that. But if we lose that A&M game, then it might get dicey for Ole Miss. I ain't gonna lie. And we got Bama the following week, so yeah, that is a tricky one. But I'm gonna still give it to the Hogs, man. Forget it. Let's keep rolling. All right, so we beat Ole Miss at Ole Miss. That's gonna give us, that's gonna make us feel better about losing to LSU and A&M. So going into Bama, we already know what's gonna happen, y'all. But I'm gonna say this: it's a chance this year. A lot of people think Alabama gonna be this juggernaut. They don't even know who their quarterback is yet. Like they might go with the fast running black dude, but Bama gonna be Bama. Like they gonna be decent. I'm not. Don't get me wrong, but the way we play, I it's gonna be an L. I think we might actually make it at least a 2-score game. Like I don't think it's gonna be as bad as we think it's gonna be. Especially coming after LSU, A&M, Ole Miss, we gonna be so battle tested that I don't know. I just can't see us getting destroyed. I say this: if we do get destroyed by Bama, the season already over by then. We know what's happening. All right, going into Mississippi State. Rest in peace, coach. Man, I can't. We can't say nothing about Mississippi State. That's an easy dub. I think we're gonna be mad from last year, like you said, they beat the brakes off of us. It was ugly. Now going into Florida, everybody think we're gonna lose this game, but let me tell y'all, man, who do Florida got? What do they? Unless they got another Anthony Richardson. Now I will say I disagree with your take earlier, man. Anthony Richardson is that he like that. Like I don't know. Like he a freak. He a Michael Vick type dude. I think with the right
he
coach,
ain't
he'll do
lying.
what he got to do. But yeah. What you said? What?
That's my little sound
You
effect.
ain't lying.
Okay. I'm finna say. Yeah, I like that one, man. That might need to be mine.
you
But
you'll
yeah,
get used to the
watch
sound
out.
effects.
Yeah, man. I like that. That's official. But yeah, we definitely beating Florida at Florida. We ain't did that in a long time, so that's gonna be a big game. And I think that's gonna be the game that turn our season back around. After the Alabama loss, that Florida game is really gonna carry us through. Now Auburn, I forgot that Hugh Freeze was at Liberty. Like y'all just helped me connect that dot. I'm like, dang, I forgot Hugh Freeze did come in and beat us down.
Yep.
So I still got us beating it. I mean, it's his first year back in the SEC. Now, this is the crazy thing about that hire that nobody talking about. Hugh Freeze is the only person to ever beat Alabama in back-to-back years back when he was at Ole Miss, right? It's
Hmm.
crazy that Auburn, Alabama, biggest rival, when it got the only dude who didn't beat Alabama. So I I still don't think it's gonna be enough. Hugh Freeze gonna need a little time to rebuild it out. So we're gonna keep it moving. Florida International, we don't gotta talk about them. I don't know anything about them. I didn't bother looking them up. Now Missouri, that's gonna be an interesting one for the end of the year. Depending on the way our season went. If this is a dumpster fire game and Pittman job is depending on it, I it might get ugly at Missouri. But if everything is going how I think it will be, and we had a 9-3 season that I expect, we come out of there with a win, man. And that's I think best case scenario to be completely realistic. A loss to LSU, a loss to Texas A&M, and then that good old Bama loss like every year. That's what I got, y'all.
So you
Sucker.
saying the Hogs going 9-3 with
9-3,
losses
what he said.
with losses to LSU, Texas A&M, and Bama. One thing we all seem to
Yep.
agree on is the Arkansas Razorbacks are not going to beat Alabama.
Alabama. If they beat Alabama,
I'll
I
say this
would,
though, man.
hey, I'll take it.
I, we got a better chance at beating Alabama than LSU. That's what I feel.
What?
Mm.
That's how high I am on LSU this year, man. I'm sorry, I hate it, and I'm a Hog fan. That hurts to say from my soul. But
Come
yeah,
on, Deezy. I
LSU
mean,
might be
what?
that
Okay.
deal. I don't know.
So what is it about LSU that got you so high on them?
Brian Kelly, to be honest. They're bringing in the recruiting class, and they didn't lose a lot in the draft. LSU one of those teams that usually in the draft they lose some big players. Last year, Georgia was the big team to lose all the big first round commits. So I I
Mm.
honestly can only see LSU getting better. And who does Alabama have returning? They don't got that big running back like Derrick Henry. They don't got a Tua or a Jalen Hurts. Who is what? Why is we scared of the name? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have any real proof that Alabama gonna do something this next season.
Well, I'm going strictly on the name. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I mean, we ain't beat them
Yeah,
since 2006.
hey,
I didn't even look at who Alabama had coming back, what they had
I
going
didn't either.
on. It was a straight L. But I got another since we done ran through through these schedules and what our picks are. Do you guys realize what we're saying by saying we're not gonna beat Alabama? Without even looking, we
Yeah.
automatically saying it's an L. So if you guys are saying that we're gonna lose to Alabama, regardless of having the best quarterback in the SEC, arguably the best running back in the SEC. If we got those two, then I guess it boils down to coaching, doesn't it? So you guys are really saying
Hmm.
we ain't got the coach to beat the big dogs in the SEC.
Bro. So do you remember what I said? You
I
remember what I said?
speak on it. You got to refresh my memory.
I said nice guys don't keep jobs. Remember?
Okay,
I've
yeah, I
always
remember
said
that.
that. Okay, nice guys
Uh-oh.
don't keep jobs. And I also told you that it's a culture. Then you have to I mean from the water boy all the way up to the head coach, you have to have a chip on your shoulder, especially when you're playing in the SEC. And the reason why I say we were not going to beat a team like Alabama is because I really don't know what 11 we going to put on the field, what the product going to be on the defensive side of the football. we get burnt. If you go back and look at those box scores, I went through and looked at some of those losses. It's ridiculous, bro. They averaging 12 to 15 yards per completion. What?
It was bad. It
Come
was
on, man.
bad.
So I mean, we were just, and those were the things that was killing us, is because, I mean, I looked at one of those, most of the box scores, the third down conversions, but I also looked at what they went for on fourth down. We had more teams going and making fourth downs, getting going for it on fourth down than they was punting. They don't respect your
Yeah, that's
defense.
scary.
So that's why
It's
I
true.
say those
Hey,
things. So
I
that's
could
why
give
I'm
you some
saying, that's
hope
why
if
I
you want
gave them that.
some.
Okay, what you say?
Luckily, I got a little hope. I got a little hope that I could give you, just to give you a little bit of hope. I mean, it's crazy that you say that, and you the same guy that just predicted 11 wins. But
Mhm.
let me say this: the new hires that we have give me a little hope. Pittman knew exactly what the problem was. Defensive backs.
Yes.
It was disgusting. It was pitiful. And he brought in some pretty heavy hitters. I'm not gonna lie. Looking at especially what they did at the previous schools they were at, UCF. I think our DB coaches from Florida State. They all ended up having top 10 defensive, specifically in the defensive back area where we need them. So that's some hope for y'all, or for us, I should say.
But that's the reason why I picked those dubs that I would have normally not have picked. Is because of the defense. Because if you ask me, I've always, you can check my receipts. I always say that defense wins you football games. It's not necessarily the offense, because yeah, you got to score more points than them, but you got to prevent them from scoring.
Real.
Yeah,
What say you, OD?
man. I I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with y'all. I ain't got no confidence in Sam Pittman or Dan Enos.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I
You ain't never like Dan Enos.
I mean Dan Enos run the same play over and over and over.
Oh
And then
man.
you brought him back to run the same play over and over and over. Why? We already seen him. We seen what he do. Now you got KJ under center. He ain't never did that before. So that's gonna be an adjustment. So I know y'all feel like the Hogs gonna come out and do their thing, and thank God that they got some cupcakes right out the bat that they can work out the kinks. But they gotta adjust to a new style of offense. I think Rocket Sanders is gonna have a great year. He's gonna benefit from being in the backfield and not have to come off that little handoff action. He done great with the little handoff action, but you give Rocket Sanders, 6-7 yards in the backfield, and he coming at you. Hey man, Rocket Sanders is
Yeah.
gonna kill this year.
Bye bye.
Yeah, Rocket Sanders is gonna have a phenomenal year.
If they can block for him.
I mean, I do have confidence when it comes to offensive line and Sam Pittman. He ain't never put out a bad product when it comes to offensive line, so I think they'll be all right. I ain't even gonna question them on that.
Yeah. Off tackle. The off tackle run is gonna be the bread and butter.
Yeah. I just don't see I just don't see him being able to take us over to where we to the promised land, man. I just don't see it. When it comes to the big teams, man, we taking L's every single time. We ain't barely have we ever won a game we weren't supposed to. I think we beat Texas. That's the 9-4 year. We had a pretty good decent year that year when he went 9-4. We won some 10 games. But we beat Texas. Did we beat Texas A&M that year? I want to say we did. I think
Yep, we beat all Texas schools that year.
yeah. So that was a great year. We was riding high, man. We was riding high.
We were talking crazy. You don't remember we was talking crazy to Bingy? We had a clean sweep in Texas. We was the Texas state champs.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my confidence in Sam Pittman is not the greatest. He got to win me over just like a man cheating on his wife. You got to win me back.
Mm.
You got the
to
woo
win me
me.
back. You got to win me back, man. Because it's got to start. If you can't beat Texas A&M, I'm talking bad about you all the rest of the year. Period. I'm calling for
You
your
gonna
head.
say
Hey, watch out for them this year. I think Bobby Petrino might turn them boys into something. They got the talent. I mean, they done
Yeah,
had the top #1 draft class, 2 years in a row?
yeah.
It's crazy.
Hey,
they had the top draft class last year, and they fumbled the ball and didn't do nothing with it. So
but
I
Dad, that's
mean, a
Yeah,
new
they
who they coach.
so the
I forgot his name. The dude from
Jimbo.
Jimbo Fisher.
yeah, Jimbo Fisher, yeah.
What you gotta love about Jimbo, he ain't scared to take chances. That's why he brought Bobby Petrino to A&M,
Back in the
College Station.
SEC.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Because he
Yeah, he earned my respect.
that Bobby Petrino ain't scared. He can beat Nick Saban, and I'm gonna be watching Texas A&M games. I'm gonna be watching them because I want to see what they do. Because
But Bobby Petrino like that West Coast offense.
man,
He gonna put that thing. He gonna put some wind under. You hear me?
they need to bring it back to the
Mhm.
hill. I don't care what nobody say. Hey, he's just an offensive coordinator. He can be brought up here as a head coach. Bring him back. Hey, let him do his stuff,
Yeah.
Dizzle.
I agree.
We say get him a couple. We should say OD. Get him a couple
Yeah.
scripples.
Get him a couple scribbles as a signing bonus, man. Hey,
Hey, nah, y'all know what I think gonna happen? I think if Pittman strike out the last of these last 2 seasons, yeah, it's time to bring Petrino back. If Petrino kill at A&M while Pittman, I don't know. I don't wish that on us at all, and I don't hope for that. But if Pittman end up crashing, hey, we might need to spin the block, like us young folks say.
spin the block. I hear you. Hey, I mean, I wish Arkansas would look at some NFL coaches. I mean, like you said, I'm not hoping that he loses his job. I'm hoping Sam Pittman does a great job this year. He can't say it's because of talent, because we've been talking about the talent that the Hogs have brought in, and I think he got enough talent to do what needs to be done. But like G said, it's all going to be based on the defensive side of the ball. Offense has always kind of held their own,
Take.
but defensively, man, they just been terrible for a while, and I don't even see how Barry Odom got another job. But whatever.
We glad he gone,
Hey man, that good white skin works out every time, don't it? But
bro. I'm talking about. Hey,
because
they signed him up.
yeah, because I'm sorry, man. The only job he should have had is at UAPB. Yeah.
Okay, so I got one
Not,
question. To piggyback off of that.
All right.
I need both of y'all to answer this then. So, what in wins and losses is a good season and a bad season to y'all? Like, what would get? How many wins is Pittman on the hot seat, and then how many wins is it Pittman might be the next thing for us?
For me, if he can give me 8 wins, 9 wins, I'm okay with him continue to build a program.
Okay.
So 8, 9 wins, I'm okay with that. Especially coming off of 7-6 with the bowl win. So in the regular season, he can't go 6-6. He just can't do it. So you got to give me 8 wins in a regular season and a bowl win. That's 9. So I'm just saying, you can't come at me with this 7 wins, 6 wins. I'm like, man, put him on the chopping block. You got to go. That's me. So you give me 8 regular season wins, I'm okay with that. G?
okay, for me.
Yeah.
Hey, for me, anything. I'm predicting 11 wins, but anything less than 9 wins for me is unacceptable. I can't, because in order for you to give me 8 wins, that means you lost some games that on paperwork you should have won. Let's just be real about it. You should not, if you are a top tier SEC program that has more money than most of the schools in the country, and this is the product you're gonna put out for me, 8 wins. I'm supposed to be satisfied with that. I'm not satisfied with 8 wins. For me, 8 wins. Hey, bring me his head on a platter. John the Baptist. Let's get it.
That's harsh, man. That's harsh.
So
So
hey,
that's what it is for me.
okay. What about you, DZ?
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go somewhere in the middle. I feel like if we get another 7 win season, yeah, it might be time to start exploring. But I'll say this. I mean, we got to remember where we came from. Maybe it's different for me. I'll say this. I'm 28 years old. I didn't seriously become a Razorback fan to the end of McFadden, early Petrino, and the that area was the beginning for me. And I feel like I guess the younger fan. So Chad Morris was such a stain. Like I hated to say where I was from for years, and now that I can finally at least say that, throw the A up again, I don't. I feel like we're a little too harsh on Pittman. That's what I said. I had to say. I just a little bit, because to go from 2 wins, 2 seasons in a row, to now we not happy with 7, 8 wins. You got to think about how crazy that sounds. Now I understand what you're saying. We got the money, we got the resources. That's completely true. But we came from the gutter, and that's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna say 7 wins. I'm disappointed. Um, to be honest, 8, 9 wins. I'm pretty excited. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Well, we have definitely talked enough about these Hogs. It's been a good episode having DZ on. We can't wait till you get on this camera though. Hopefully we had that up and
Oh
running
yeah.
by the weekend for the next podcast. So man, we've been going for a good 40 minutes. I think this is one of our longest episodes, but we're gonna have to cut it short. I wish we could continue talking about it, but I got to get up at 5 in the morning. But before I give it over to G Holmes, I need to holler at my WuPig family. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for rocking out with us, clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel. Continue to support the WuPig podcast because we're going to continue to get better. We're going to continue to bring new things that will bring enjoyment to the Razorback family. So continue to rock with us. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, we got a segment, Ask Woo Pig. If you got a question, you can email us. You can just comment. We will grab it. We will put that in the next episode. So remember that segment. We didn't have any questions, so we didn't have any a segment for that. But continue to do that so we can bring more things that's interactive and make it more enjoyable for the fam. So before we get out of here, though, I got to hand it over to my boy G Holmes. You got anything else you want to add to him?
Yo, when you see me out in them streets, holler at me. Because I said what I said, and we out.
Oh my God.